dive right into Deadwinter date for Regis. We're down. Oh, we got the Harples. Harples. Fortunately, we have enough favor. Once again, we could click through all this, but we're gonna have to deal with the Harples. And I gotta make some. Who are we gonna? Not everybody can be in this. So she's not gonna be here, but she will be. There we go. So this formation doesn't lend itself to having. You either get Celeste or Calliope. You can't have both. So I'm just gonna swap. We're just gonna do a swap. You gotta pick somebody else. Swap in because of the placement of these NPCs, and that's going to be up to, whatever champions you own. So remember, if we're leaving, if we start with an H, it just has to have an L in it somewhere. So Hull. We're going with that. If we're changing the first letter, it needs to rhyme with Hall, like ball or call or tall. All right. Yeah, see, we got a lot of people changing the sounds of things. Hall would also work if you were a treasure hunter. Sure, we kind of already have that for moving company, though. I did hail twice. I'm not sure which one I like more. We have hail for if he were a storm mage, and also if he were a greeter at Walmart. I don't know that I want a lot of different ones for the same words. Whoa, hold on. You got something there. Wait, I gotta remember what's that. So here's where we're going, Puff Elf, and you can tell me if you don't like this or not. If Dritz were a leather worker, he'd be the leader of the companions of the All. There we're going. That's where I'm going with. You tell me if that works. AWL. Because you start in and on that, and I'm like, oh, that'd actually be work. That's a lot. A nickel. I mean, I've been trying to figure out how to get like Hall as in a corridor, but that's a lot of work to get there. I'm not sure. All right, Lurking Rider. That's the one we started with. If Dritz were bit by a or if Dritz were a werewolf, he'd be the leader of the companions of the Howl. That's what started this all off. That's what started us all off here. And since we got some time to sit and slowly work through this adventure, we're going to work on this list. Hey. That's again, Bioshikira, we're changing a lot to try to get somewhere. I'd rather just find a better way to get to Hill. Oh, I got it. If Dritz sold propane and propane accessories, he'd be the leader of the companions of the Hill. There, that's where I'm going. And I'm only going that far because of the joke. Because propane and propane accessories. Dritz worked at GameStop, he'd be a companion. Well, they're not all in malls. So let's say if Dritz had an after school no, if Dritz had an after, well, that's not always. How do we get to Companions of the Mall? Because I like that. But it doesn't just like we can't just name a store unless that store only exists in malls, and GameStop exists in lots of places that isn't a mall, that aren't malls. I kind of want to stay away from 911 dispatch, Raggy Jess. That's why I was trying to find a different way to get to call. Dritz for him, the leader of the companions of the small. I don't like that one. I don't know why. I can't really say why. I don't. That one just feels weird. We need something smaller. I don't think halfling's enough. I think you need to be smaller. Yeah, we can't say mall cop. And then I was trying to think of some other. Like I was like, if Dritz worked at the mall, like that doesn't work either. So, yeah. The idea is you got to try to get there quickly, or if you're gonna have a longer one, there needs to be like you gotta sell it like propane and propane accessories. Neroth, I'm gonna change yours a bit. Wisteria, thank you for 13 months. Twitch Prime, much appreciated. I'm going to change yours a bit because I like where you ended up, but I want to go... Instead of if Dritz was a centipede, if Dritz were a baby, they'd be the leader of the companions of the crawl. We're going to go with that one. And now I want a comic book that's companion babies, and it's all of them as babies. Oh, Dice 42. That one's a little too dark for me at the moment. That one's a little too dark for me at the moment. Ooh, telemarketer works. So if Dritz were a telemarketer, that's where we needed to get to. He'd be a companion of the call. That's the one we were looking for, Project Q. Seawolf, thank you for 23 months with Twitch Prime. Much appreciated. If Dritz used a sledgehammer to be leader of the companion of the mall. I like where we're going with that, but I want to change it to if Dritz were a bear, he'd be the leaders of the companions of the mall. Again, we're into that homonym homophone territory. You were going with the weapon, and I'm going with the verb. If he played basketball, no, that wouldn't be enough. Because Dritz can jump. Dritz got hops. So he could play basketball. It doesn't make him tall. So if Dritz were a giant, I think we could go. We would go companions of the tall. Well, lurking rider. That's a lot of work to get to Squall. We gotta clean that up. It just has to be something quick. The only time I went long is I've got two that kind of okay. The longest ones we have here are if Dritz owned a moving company, if Dritz were a greeter at Walmart, and if Dritz sold propane and propane accessories. Those are the longest. That's as long as I want to get. Otherwise, and you got to do it, and it's got to like still be quick. We can't get like lots of statements in there. If Dritz were insolent, that was a long way to get to Gaul. I'm not sure that's enough. That was a good one. That was a good catch. If Dritz were a grandma, he'd be the leader of the companions of the shawl. I just pulled that from your comment, Ricardo. So I don't think you were trying to do it, but we're there. We're there, right? I guess that's got into knitting. Did we get that? Yeah. I think grandma instead of old lady. Yeah. I think we're just gonna say grandma. I think I'm just gonna go with grandma. Stall. No, that's not what I want. There's other ways for stall. We got to find a different way to stall. I don't like that for just crowd control. That's a long way to Lucky Rider, that's a long way to get to Gaul. It is a long way to get to Gaul. What could we do? I'm liking Companions of the Brawl, but what would... If Dritz were a street fighter instead of rabble rouser, I think that's where we're going to go. Companions of the Brawl. If you get a single creature left on a champion level, it's when you swap in your Azaka farm. Well, that's not win. You do that. You create a single enemy at your wall. It isn't just anywhere you happen to run into a single enemy on its own. The Bard's Forge. And who do I recommend for Azaka formation? Azaka. And then whatever your best gold find champions are. And someone to help you control you know, the farm, like the enemy, to keep them away. Okay, so I'm going to go over what we have, because I'm seeing some duplicates in chat. We have Werewolf and Howl. We have Moving Company and Hall. Sailor and Hull. Dwarf and Hole. Storm Mage and Hail. Greeter at Walmart and Hail. Hosting a fancy party, Ball. Leather Worker, All. Propane and Propane Accessories, Hill. Baby, Crawl. Telemarketer, Call. Bear, Mall. Giant, Tall. Grandma, Shawl. Street Fighter, Brawl. We're at 15. So we need things I don't necessarily want to duplicate. If Dritz were on a CNE Extra live stream, yes, I will go for that one. The CNE Extra live stream, Battle Ball, in honor of Mars. It is 500th episode today. I don't really like. So I see where you're going, Insomni, with Beaver and Fall, but that's for a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people would get it. Maybe if, well, Drents were Rent-A-Cop. I want to stay away from police references. Even though that's a mall cop reference. Still got to figure out some way to get to mall, like where you're shopping. Ooh. I'm not sure. I see where you're going with Ball there. We already have a baby though for Crawl. I don't want to just have another kind of baby to get to Ball. Trits for fisherman, leader of the companions of the trawl. Yeah, sure. Wait, there are specific kinds of fish you catch trawling. Can we get a specific kind of fish? At some point, I'll get to it in chat eventually. But I'd like a specific kind, like, because you don't catch all, you know, hashtag not all fish. So if we can make that a little more specific. Maybe, is it shrimp? Don't you use trawling for shrimp? If Dritz were a shrimp fisherman? If you're looking for Dritz, we're looking for a dirty lawyer. A companion of the Saul. I just don't like the Saul. That's a good reference though. That's a good reference though. I like that one. I just can't handle the there. If Dritz were to star in a Kevin Smith movie, oh, still too. Yeah, here we go. Because I've never. Someone can correct me. Because, like I said before, I've seen there are GameStops in my town that are not in malls, so I don't want to go with GameStop. If Dritz worked at Hot Topic, he'd be the leader of the companions of the mall. That's do we have? I mean, are there Hot Topics that aren't in a mall? I've personally never seen one, but they could exist. So if we need a better go-to, to me, Hot Topic screams mall. That GameStop doesn't, but that's because there's a GameStop like down the street. I only want to see someone draw Companions of the Hill Dritz now. I would like to see them draw all of the Companions of the Hall as King of the Hill characters. I tell you what. Orange Julius. Yeah, those are usually only at the mall. I really like Hot Topic. Dang it, Caddy. No. Oh, okay. Here, I think we finally got to small in a way that I'm here for. If Dritz were a microbiologist, leader of the companions of the small, I like microbiologists. If Dritz. Wait, hold on. I got to get this one very right. I've got to get this one. I love it. Because we can't get this one wrong. Oh no, there's a lot of research that would go into getting this one right. Hold on. Can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't get there. I wanted to find it. I just don't think there's a good way to represent the companions of halal. It's a great stretch idiot control someday. I don't know there's a way I can get there that isn't problematic. But it's yeah. We'll see. Maybe we'll stumble across something. I'm not going to make that the butt of a joke. It can be a good reference here. I'm not saying. I mean, these are all semi-humorous, but I want to be respectful. We already have a Companions of the Ball, and that's if Dritz hosted a fancy party. And if we're going to change away from H, it has to rhyme with mall. Or hall, excuse me. Mall, hall, call, tall. We can't change the phrasing. We can only change the pronunciation if we're staying with an H. That's funny, Dice. It's way much. It's way too much to get to at all. It's funny though. Dritz had a spot at the flea market. They'd be the leader of the companions of the stall. I will, yeah, we'll go there. The spot at the flea market. Huff Elf, I like it. I like it, but there's no lol. We need the lol in there somewhere. All these end with an L sound. Okay, okay, Jim, man. If Dritz were a stand-up comedian, he'd be the leader of the companions of the lol. There we go. There we go. All right, looking right. If Dritz were a bricklayer, they'd be the leader of the companions of the wall. Yes. That's where... I don't get that reference. Ooh, that's a good change for that, Dice. If Dritz were... Okay, so we're taking Puff Elf's cowboy. Dritz were a cowboy. They'd be the leader of the companions of the Y'all. There we go. We got there. Well, we got there with a little help. Oh, if Dritz were the Slayer, they'd be the leader of the companions. Well, of Ball. We're losing the, but yeah, companions of Ball. It's a D&D reference. I'll take it. We have Street Fighter for Brawl. Street Fighter for Brawl. So where's the other one I was thinking? Right? Okay, so here's the one I was having trouble with. Nooble said if Dritz owned Annabelle, I don't know what that means. The leaders of the companions of the doll. We're going to make this timely. If Dritz were a kin, they'd be the leader of the companions of the doll. I'm just going to go. I'm going to go with we're a kin for the Barbie movie, folks. For the Barbie movie. Dritz is definitely a kin. Dritz is Knuff, yeah, right? Oh, their king writer. You'd be the law. You need to be a leader or just a companion? The leader, because it's a joke. The joke on this cause of the sixth is that in Idle Champions, Dritz has an ability called Leader of the Companions of the Hall, or whatever. Leaders of the Companions, whatever it is. It's wrong. Canonically, he is not the leader. Brunner is. Brunner named the group, got them together, and took them on an adventure. He's the leader of the Companions of the Hall. So what we're saying is like Dritz can't be the leader of the Companions of the Hall, but he can be something else. So if Dritz were a werewolf, he'd be the leader of the Companions of the Hall, right? So these are things where Dritz would be the leader. What champion did I unlock today? Regis. Regis Philbin. Wait, no. Regis. One of the members of the Companions of the Hall. We'll gear him up here in a bit. I'm having too much fun coming up with funny things. Weatherman and Hail. We did. So we had 2 for Hail. One where if Dritz were a storm mage, he'd be the leaders of the Companions of the Hail. And also, if Dritz were a greeter at Walmart, he'd be the leaders of the Companions of the Hail. Hail! Well met. Right? Like, I love the play on words there. Yeah, we went. So with Maul, we went for. Well, currently I have Hot Topic. Dritz worked at Hot Topic. He'd be the leader of the Companions of the Maul. We got for y'all. We have Cowboy. And I'm still trying to figure out for Trawl. We have it under Fisherman for Trawl, but I want, like, is it Shrimp? Is Shrimp going to be the best? I want something that uses a trawler, because you can catch other things in other, like, lots of fish in different ways. Spencer's also screams the Maul. I prefer Hot Topic. No, see, it's not Unos Draconis, no. Mainly because it doesn't rhyme with Hall. It does end with L's, but that isn't the same thing. This is true. Is it Sean's last name Wall? Yes. So if Dritz were Sean's daddy, he'd be the leader of the Companions of the Hall. Oh no. Oh no. Here are the Companions of the Wall. Alright. Oh no. Actually, no, I think we're going to go, if Dritz were Sean's, we're going to change this. If Dritz were Sean's best friend, the leader of the Companions of the Wall, we're going to go with it that way. Oh. Remember, if you're going to change it off of H, if it doesn't start with an H, it has to rhyme with Hall. I'm not doing other letters that don't rhyme with Hall. In H, we can go with Howl and Hall and Hill, but if you're changing the letter, it's got to rhyme with Hall perfectly. It can't be a stretch. Okay, so we want to go with Drawl. So Dritz, I'm going to go, if Dritz were born in the South, he'd be the leader of the Companions of the Drawl, for the Southern Drawl. I'll probably post it on the subreddit, Aggie Jazz. We have Cowboy and Y'all, so let's go with Born in the South and Drawl for the Southern Drawl reference. Yeah, the et al is getting to et al is no clumsy every time it feels like that. I mean, it's good. It just feels a little weird for me. Annabelle is a horror movie about a possessed doll. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. If Dritz hosted Thanksgiving dinner, He'd be the leader of the companions of the Butterball. Yeah. Yep. I don't really want to go with Hellhound Brawn. I don't really want to go with if he had bad handwriting. I get where we're going with Scrawl, though, but can we find another? Just means writing in a rush or a hurry. We should need another way to get there. Yeah, I see install and uninstall. It feels a little. Those both feel a little clumsy. Hmm. Some of these I don't like how we're leading into. We took the out of one thing, and only because of it was a D&D reference. So if it feels weird saying companions of the and then whatever we get to, I don't think we're gonna make it. Yeah, the Paul Bear reference looking right a little too dark. I don't really want to go. I don't want to go near like death and police. Really moving away from those topics. I would hope Maxie, I would hope that if he were a paratrooper, he wouldn't be the leader of the Companion of the Fall. That means he would only, it was the last time he ever did it. Right? Yeah, some of these don't work with the in front. Feels like. No, it's just a long way to get to the punchline. Yeah, see, like stuff like leader of the kickball, like it doesn't. Companions of the. Remember, it would be the leader of the companions of the kickball. It feels weird. Yeah. We probably got. No. Larky Rider, no.